Welcome to the new Hollywood show. So thankful to bring you shows every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, on Rumble exclusively. On Rumble. Now, you can find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, of course, but you can't find us on X right now because we're still censored. I don't know what is going on. We talked about it last week. We're going to talk about it a lot more today. X. Don't find us on X. Find us on Rumble right now. We have lots to go over today. That included it. But hey, guess what? Our buddy Siaka, he's working again. It's awesome. We're going to talk about that. Good for him. Love that. Technicolor, however, not working. Technicolor is shutting down. The shutdown is imminent. We're going to talk about that. And speaking of shutdowns, the Village Roadshow files for Chapter 11. Wow, that's the company that brought you Matrix. So we're gonna say a fond fair do. What is that? That's not a word. So long sayonara to the Matrix. Coming right back after this. Don't go away. Lots to cover. Hello, free thinkers, Hollywood professionals, and creatives worldwide. I am Tatum Shank. We are Hollywood for Freedom, and this is our podcast. Stay connected with you, our community of free thinking industry professionals and like-minded patriots. And yes, we are saying goodbye to Village Roadshow pictures today, the Matrix series. They were behind that. So I am dressed appropriately. I don't think I'll wear the glasses the whole day, but it's part of my collection of glasses that I need over here on the side. But yeah, crazy stuff we're going to talk about today. But let's get the boys in here. First up, he's a producer of the show. He's the founder of Hollywood for Freedom. He is, I guess I could say the dapper one, Timothy Glover. Dapper one, Timothy Glover.
I'll take it.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tatum. Look, the industry is imploding right now with major shifts going on there.
Yeah.
They're seismic. So it's going to be a good show to talk about all that stuff going on today.
Yeah. And so Tim, the dapper, the saddest for me, I just still working on it. You're coming back there. You're coming back. I just,
thanks.
It's going to take me a minute.
I'll keep working on it.
Yeah. And keep working on no responding when I say something about it. That's good. Who else we got with us today? Well, we got another co-founder of Hollywood for Freedom. He's an actor. He's a producer. And he is working, people. He's working the working Siaka Massaquoi. Hey, Siaka.
Yo, guys, there's so much going on in the industry right now. Wow. Yes. How you guys doing? Thank you. I am working, but some people aren't working anymore.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later.
It seems that way.
Right. Yeah. For sure. Oh gosh, you guys. So, and here's the other thing. I don't look like Max Headroom today. I think we're looking pretty good. I think we got lucky today. Hopefully this is good. We've been having some problems. You guys been watching and following the show. Man, I'm popping up like Max Headroom from the 80s, like every other episode. It's really frustrating. We're getting some technical glitches working out. I tried to figure something out here. Didn't work. So we kind of went back to old school, and it just got, I think we're getting blessed right now with, right?
Fingers crossed, everybody. Pray for us out there.
It's the LA infrastructure.
Yeah, right. Something unbelievable. I gotta get out of here. But yeah. So but hey, and again, we love to support the donors that we have. We need more. We'd love to get upgrades to some of this equipment to keep bringing the show to you. So go to the website hollywoodforfreedom.com. Become a donor there, whether it's a monthly donor or one-time donation. Be a sponsor. Give us $10,000. I'm shaving my head. I don't know if you guys been following us on the show here, but it's a standing offer. I shaved my head for a $10,000 donation, and we'll even feature you on the show as our sponsor if you do that. So, anyways, all right, let's get into this. Let's get into our news and notes with our good, the bad, and the ugly of the industry. All right, the good, the bad, and the ugly of the industry, and definitely not necessarily in that order. I have got this first article up here today. It's about Village Roadshow. Strapped indie producer Village Roadshow files for bankruptcy. Wow. Village Roadshow Entertainment Group, the troubled indie producer and financier of The Matrix and Joker franchises and more, filed for Chapter 11 in a Delaware court Monday. Interesting. Citing ongoing arbitration with longtime partner Warner Brothers, as well as an overly ambitious studio expansion. Steve Mosco, who served as CEO of Village Roadshow since 2018, stepped down in January. In late 2024, it came to light that Village Roadshow had been late on payments to writers working on their film and TV projects, and the WGA West issued a stop work order. Okay. Village Roadshow has produced and released over 100 films since launch in 1997, including The Great Gatsby, the Oceans series, okay, Sully, the Lego Movie, and Mad Max Fury Road. It is said to have spent $47.5 million on development or projects that were either never produced or unprofitable. Its output, including 6 full-length movies, 5 unscripted TV programs, including 2 seasons of a game show, and 2 scripted television series, was able to realize monetary gain in the requisite time needed to make the venture sustainable. So that's what they were saying. Like, no, we can do it. But ultimately, key stakeholders recognized that the company's liquidity position was insurmountable in the face of the ongoing legal dispute with Warner Brothers and no reasonable expectation of a productive go-forward line of business. So, okay, so there you go. You got the guys making the movie saying, hey, we can do it. No, we're going to do it. And then all the stakeholders are like, no, I don't think you're going to do it. It's not going to happen. But this thing with Warner Brothers has been going on for like 3 years. So there's been a lot of like, I don't know, $18 million in legal fees and stuff crazy like that. So there, and then we got strikes and shutdowns and COVID and all these things, just perfect storm knocking out one of the big indie production here in California. And Village Roadshow Entertainment Group looks like, I don't know, unless they get some sort of Phoenix resurrection, after the bankruptcy. I guess that could always happen, but they're out the door at the moment. And like you said, Tim, at one point there, things are falling apart. What do you guys think? Village Roadshow filing for bankruptcy?
It's a huge loss. It's a huge loss. Village Roadshow has been, one of the majors, not one of the majors, working on some of the biggest projects of all time. Yeah. So, it's a big loss. I don't really know. I mean, do you guys know, further details of, losses on films? What was it, $46 million, in losses on films and things, projects? Yeah, it's hard to recover from. There's only so many times you can do that, I guess. And with all the headwinds going on at the moment, it's just difficult, right?
Well, and I think it actually goes to topics we talked about actually the last couple of weeks with the issues at movie theaters losing money. It's like Disney has money to lose. And I'm not saying this is specifically Disney, but I think it gives you an idea of what's going on with the entire industry. These big studios have the money to burn, but their partners don't. It actually connects very similarly to the comic book industry, how that has fallen apart. It started falling apart about 6 years ago, because if the comic industry was banking on the movie industry to carry it, and then when you have bad product over there, the comic book industry didn't have a bunch of money to stay alive, that falls apart. We're seeing the ultimate results of this terrible woke storytelling and how partners can really be the ones affected by it. It's sad to see an old guard like this go down, but I also do believe that because it will open up other opportunities, and again, Hollywood for Freedom is pushing in and sharing any like-minded investors to come up with this, help us come up with a new format or a new group that can take its space maybe out of Wyoming or Texas or Tennessee, because this is sad to see just woke take down another company that didn't have the overhead in order to survive it like Disney does.
So there's this thing called a stalking horse bid. Apparently the stalking horse bid of $365 million is what the Village Roadshow is in for. Like that's what they have. Stalking horse bid sets a minimum price for an asset. I learned that very recently. But apparently $365 million in like the projects and things that they've been a part of, this and that. But it's like, where's all that stuff go? Who's going to pick up that, right? Like,
they've got a huge library of assets, and I think it's their biggest. I think it's worth did you give a figure? It was hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well, that's that stalking horse price, 365 million. That it produces a revenue of about 50 million per year. The asset, that library assets, all right. So if somebody wants to, buy it for 365, that's the going price, and then they, have $50 million a year revenue coming in. So do the math on how many years it takes you to come back from that. But I know somebody out there who got that kind of money and wants to do it. I don't know. Somebody's going to do it.
Well, it'll be absorbed by probably one of the other studios at some point.
Some of the bigger ones, right? Like that's the thing. Like,
And that's another move, right? If the small guys fall apart, the big guys can come up, and next you can only shop at Walmart, Target, and Amazon.
Yeah.
So it's a way, just like what COVID did, is a way to get rid of the smaller competitors. Now you have, Disney Plus, that like they bought up Fox, and everything's on Disney Plus that no one's watching. So it's like, it is its own strategy too.
Exactly. Right. They take control of everything, and then they just jam it with all their woke stuff, and they say like, no, this is still working. It's still working.
Yeah, and they're like vultures. They'll come in and they'll just pick the carcass.
Oh yeah. In a heartbeat.
So that's Village Roadshow. Let's move right into the next point, because it's more of the same, right? Let's keep moving here. Technicolor. What do you got on that one, Tim? You got a little something there for us?
Yeah, it's all in the same vein,
right?
Tatum, it's
wow.
Yeah, it's horrible. Behind so Variety are talking about it, but there are lots of people talking about it at the moment, behind the sickening collapse of Technicolor and why its failure is sending shockwaves through the VFX industry. Disney's first feature-length color animated movie, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, opened in Technicolor in 1937. And the company came full circle when Technicolor's flagship visual effects company, MPC, or Moving Picture Company, was called upon to create effects on Disney's upcoming live-action adaptation of the classic that we were complaining about just recently. But the timing now marks the sad end of Technicolor, which was founded in 1915 and went on to become one of Hollywood's most recognizable brands, working on classic films such as Wizard of Oz and Gone with the Wind. The stunning collapse of the iconic company and MPC, which was founded in the Soho section of London during 1970, and was one of the world's largest and most recognizable VFX vendors, was a tragic blow to an already volatile VFX business. The closure affected thousands of visual effects artists around the world, including those in the US, UK, Canada, and India. And it came not long after MPC's lead work on Mufasa, The Lion King, was shortlisted for a VFX Oscar. So what happened? So earlier this year in February, CEO Carolyn Parrott wrote that the company had been experiencing difficulties linked to a variety of factors and has not been spared from external headwinds. Headwinds that she describes are things like difficult operation situations resulting from post-COVID recovery, a costly and complex separation from the previous group, followed, which they had a buyout, I think it was earlier, I've got the details here, but then the writer's strike leading to a slowdown in customer orders, causing several cash flow pressures, end quote. So that's what she gives as a reason for this happening. People are talking about mismanagement. There's always, accusation that they could have done something differently. Streamland Media, they sold its post-production business to Streamland Media for $36.5 million in 2021, and in 2022 folded several brands and relaunched MPC, and they also relaunched some other brands. Commercial VFX company, The Mill, which I worked for. I started my career with them, and then a couple of other businesses that they bought under the umbrella called Technicolor Creative Services. But, this is all a result of, I was seeing this when I was working at the Mill in London, Soho, London, back in 2000, where the Mill, the company I worked for, which was a subsidiary of Technicolor, they ended up going out of business because, the way the industry works, VFX, the margins are so narrow and so thin. It's in the article they talk about industry staffers. The industry suffers from low margins and is heavily impacted by tax credits that we've talked about a lot on this show. And that has post-production work moving from one part of the world to the other in endless quest for the best incentives. So, it's all the things that we've been talking about on this show for a while now, all those
weeks,
those things that the industry does in order to protect their bottom line, rather than listen to the audience and what the audience is actually asking for. They end up, doing all these kind of things, and it ends up, it's just unsustainable for the business. And so,
I bet Technicolor had something to do with the Matrix. What do you think? Technicolor probably was involved in the Matrix in some way. That's how big they were, right?
Yeah. I don't know for sure.
I think so. I think they were actually.
Probably they're huge. That's crazy that they went down.
Well, so there's only a handful of VFX companies. The biggest one is ILM, which is Industrial Light and Magic. That's George Lucas's company. That was the guys that did Star Wars. They're the main one. But then there's all the others. There's probably 4 or 5 other ones around the world that they basically farm out these VFX shots to. And
Technicolor, they've been around forever, no? They've been around for a long time.
1915.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
The Wizard of Oz.
One of the original ones. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. Anyways.
So this is kind of like the 2008 crash, the banking industry losing, the major banks. This is losing Technicolor is a major sign that the industry is in great peril right now. So it's huge, and there's thousands and thousands of workers that are out of work.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's something that just hit me as you were reading that, Tim, and it goes back to everything we've been talking about, goes back to what Tatum's topic was today. After COVID, and they bring up COVID, and I think it's not necessarily wrong, because at the same time, that was when we saw the biggest transfer of wealth from the average person to government. And what we're witnessing, I think we talked about it last week, of what Trump wants to do with the economy, where he wants to flip it back so that the average person is able to make it, without having to work for the government. We're seeing the result of them wanting to expand and build up government more than anything else. Because I saw Quentin Tarantino say at like the director's table, he goes, the industry, the film industry was for the working man. That's how they were able to, in the 30s and 40s, 50s, and so on. It was for the average person to be able to go, and it wasn't the theater, which is like, twice as much as movie, tickets. It was for the average person to take their family and get a little moment of relief. And now we've seen that they've followed the ideology that I believe, this is me, sans College for Freedom's belief, but to me, the one world government wants to do, which is you're going to eat bugs, you're going to own nothing, you're going to like it. We're seeing the results of that for companies that at the end of the day need us to survive. Government will just let them fall because, hey, they're getting all the money, but we're seeing kind of that result. And I won't be surprised if more classics organizations like that continue to fall.
Yeah, I imagine that what it's going to do is it's going to give space for some smaller companies to rise up, I guess.
Yeah.
But, it's that's pretty much. Well, so the way I found this out was that I was on LinkedIn and I saw some posts from guys that I worked with, and they were talking about how they were moving on. I was like, "What are you moving on from? What's happened?" And that's where I started. This can I show you something here? This is an article that one of my friends posted. This is when The Mill won the Oscar. The company I was working for won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects. This is in London. This is the group that I was working for. Look at this.
Wow. Is that for
Who's
Gladiator?
Is that you?
Who's that guy?
Oh my goodness. Who's that guy? I don't know. He looks like he's like, man, I don't belong in here.
Yeah.
or you want to make sure you're seen. That's so
I was
awesome.
like 20 years old. I literally knew nothing. I just started at the company, and just as I were finishing Gladiator, I had no idea what Gladiator was. I didn't know anything. And then they ended up winning the Oscar, and I was like the guy that just serving teas and coffees. I was just like, I was a runner at that stage, and just running around town. And so they'd all gathered, all the people that had actually worked on the movie had gathered in the foyer of the company to get this photo taken. And so I poked my head up out over the top of from the back, just to get my face in the newspaper.
It's like you do a full apple box under you there, so you can step up a little higher.
I was definitely on tiptoes. Yeah. So anyway,
that's awesome. Well, hey, cool. So that's I'm
he's in history.
That's a piece of history.
Yeah.
Much less of a 6 degrees of separation to an Oscar than I realized.
Yeah.
So,
I got to hold it too. I got to hold it. So there you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, there you go. Cool. Mm-hmm. Back with it.
Did it feel like the golden calf or no? I was curious.
I don't know.
I think that was just before. That was just before like the Oscars probably took
that's exactly what it's been the whole time, buddy. Everyone's been going for a golden man with no genitals.
It kind of was like the golden calf. Everyone was gathered around. Everyone had their moment with it to get their photo taken.
Yeah.
It is a little bit like that. Yeah.
Well, there's our biblical reference for the segment for today. Thank you, Siaka, bringing back the golden calf. Yes, that's very, very similar. Exodus. Anyways, so let's keep moving here because we want to get something right after this mention of Siaka working again. Siaka, tell us about you working again. This is awesome. You booked a part? Let's go.
Yes, I did. This is the good portion, everyone, of our good, the bad, the ugly.
Not the ugly.
We don't have to lay it out for him too much.
But yes, I'm fortunate enough. I booked a part. I'll be working with friend of the show and Babylon Bee actor and executive producer Jarrett LeMaster on The Best Thing About Christmas, which is written by Alan Pearson. And it's it's going to be awesome. I'm going to be a part of it. It's somewhat of a musical, but I'm not singing, so no one has to worry about that. We're gonna have some pretty cool characters in it. We have Cheyenne Beck, which is Glenn Beck's daughter. I think her last name's Beck. I just don't want to do that, but Glenn Beck's daughter is going to be in there. Mark Willis, country singer, and Rhonda Vincent, bluegrass singer, is going to be in it. So I'm excited. It actually shoots here in Tennessee, right in Knoxville, and I'll be in there for a week. I play a very special character. That's the best thing I'm going to say about it. I play a very special type of character, and I think, despite what Tatum may think, I think the mustache had a lot to do with booking the role. So.
Really?
I'm sure they want that to grow out a little more full before you shoot, but yeah, sure. Sure. No,
just can't give it to me.
He's just pounding you.
You just can't give it. You just can't.
Okay, if you're watching or listening, I just want you to know, for me to see Siaka on my screen, it's very, very tiny. All right, it's very, very tiny. So you can have a Raleigh Fingers mustache, the one that curls out, and I'd still have a hard time seeing it because it's the screen. It's not Siaka's fault.
And don't forget those eyes. Don't forget those eyes.
My old eyes that need these to see. Oh, look at that. Look at that stash. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, so congratulations, Siaka. I don't know if you want to say
that's good news.
Guys.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't think we have to say any more about that. I mean, we're thankful that you're working, and that's
a Christmas movie, right?
And a Christmas.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. So I think it's going to be the first Christmas movie I've ever been in. So I'm actually excited to do that, and it should be a lot. It should be a lot of fun again. And I love the fact that I get to work with Jarrett because him and I always have a great time on set together. And
let's do a new segment on the show. Let's create it right now. It's a shout out segment. Shout out Jarrett LeMaster.
Yes.
Shout out. We got two new segments. I think we got shout out and something else we're going to do, right?
Segments of the show. Yeah. You don't want to miss an episode. Don't miss an episode. You'll miss a new segment. It's pretty good stuff. Guys, well, let's, so here's the thing. speaking of don't miss episode, you can find all our episodes on our website, HollywoodForFreedom.com. You can go there, connect with us. If you're an industry professional or a supporter, join the database for free. Over 600 industry professionals there, connecting, like-minded, getting together. We sent out a couple notices this week, a casting notice, a crew notice. So we're getting some more things kind of generated. And then that's the whole plan, right? Get people connected and doing work with like-minded people. If you want to be a donor, be a supporter, again, you can go there and donate. Click the donate button on the top page, or it's probably on every single page. No, I'm just kidding. You can find it there.
It should be.
Hey, I'm still waiting for those earplugs. Fancy producer earplugs. I got to get those. My ears are hot right now. But guys, let's talk about, before we move on real quick, let's talk about this censorship deal, this X, like a little bit more.
Yeah.
Let's dive into this, because we're on Rumble, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on YouTube, but we should be on X, and there shouldn't be an issue, but there sure is. Tim, we are, like, they suspended our account. What is going on?
Yeah, it's a disgrace. Just check this out,
Censored. Suspended by X. Of all, free speech isn't really there, huh, guys? Like, what's going on?
So, that's been turned over for a while now, but do you think there's still, we talked about this briefly the last episode, but like maybe I think there's just a barrier still going on. There's still, like, people have their, their jaws in it and just
tentacles
churning and doing their things, like little gremlins, you know what I mean? There's a blast of the past little gremlins running around doing stuff,
I think it actually, we were talking about this also with the Instagram page on there. And it's like, regionally, there's still some, I think, algorithms that kind of squeeze you down. Because since I've moved to Tennessee, like, I know my Instagram, my X has opened up more, and I've been able to do more here. But in California, I don't know, man. It just, again, this is just all my thoughts. I'm just kind of looking at tea leaves. No one's told me anything behind the scenes, but it just seems really weird how our little channel, right, cannot even, it seems to not do anything very similar to what I've even done with my own channel without being hindered and then eventually suspended. It's really sad to see.
Look, we've got 600 members, in our database. We've got over 6,000 people
followers on Instagram.
Yeah. And yet, on YouTube, we struggled to get 100 subscribers, right. And the interesting thing was that this is really interesting. It's sus to me, because we, their reasoning was, well, they didn't forewarn us. They didn't say anything was coming or that we had violated any rules. Then when they just chop us off and they send an email, at that point, they said that we'd violated authenticity. Their X rule that we had violated was authenticity. And then if you click on that, it gives you a description of what authenticity means. And nothing at all applies to us. It's kind of mumbo jumbo. It doesn't really mean anything. It's an odd word to use anyway. It's very ethereal. It doesn't really, it's hard to know, what we've exactly done wrong. But the other thing that I looked at was that we had 2 videos prior to that happening, the 2 weeks prior, where our shows were up over 600 views.
That's right.
And so, and there's people that have been from our database, people in our membership that have been reaching out to us and giving us help or giving us their thoughts. And one person said that this could be a takedown, that what they do is they gather, they seek out conservative sites, and then they all put in some sort of report or something all at the one time, and it shuts you off. So they're triggering the algorithm some way. And I'm wondering about that, because we had 2, kind of large views for us, for our show for 2 episodes, and then boom, down we go. And I just wonder whether someone had passed around our link. Hey guys, we're going to take these guys down. Everyone takes a look. Yep, let's take them down, and then they do something like that. I don't know. But.
Well, it actually could just be the bots that have the algorithm set up. So like, it doesn't even have to be really a bunch of, let's say half of those 600, 300 people going, let's get Hollywood for Freedom. It's actually, it can be baked into a program. Right. So the fact that they're able to see that, I mean, we knew, especially during 2020, I mean, the last 4 years of the Biden regime, certain words that you said, it was automatically, we're going to get you taken off. If you talk about Trump, if you talk about, the jab, as we started to call it, or, grape, they set that, they bake that into their terms of service and their rules and regulations, so that if you even put that into a description, that's it. Your videos or your posts are going to be reduced. So I'm surprised, though, that they actually suspended completely. Well, like that. That's surprising. But I can see, Tim, I can see anything's possible. We've lived through this level. We're living in a level of censorship that is just gross. Well,
look, however you look at it, however you slice it, we're getting censored on X. They're censoring us over there. I call it
Rumble, baby.
Yeah, that's it. Go to Rumble. Follow us on Rumble until they censor us. Let's hope not. But we were picking up momentum. Like you were saying, we were picking up that momentum. And then next thing you know, we got targeted. Something happened. Something got tripped. I think it's nefarious. Tim likes to refer to it as very sus, which sounds like a very youth phrase. Our youth group likes to use that phrase. Tim's trying to be youthful, but
he's got 2 teenage boys. You can't.
That's it. So
keep him plugged in.
I have a hard time saying that word because it doesn't sound good coming out of my mouth. But listen, all right. But hey, so that's the point. Find us on Rumble, right? And here's a call out to anybody that's following us on Instagram. If you are still able to see our posts over there, if you're following us on Instagram, you got to go follow us on Rumble. Okay, we're trying to get everybody from Instagram over. We got over 6,000 followers over there. If you're hearing this, if Tim throws this up as a post on Instagram, find us on Rumble and come join us over there so we can stay away from censor. I'd say join us on X too, but not anymore. Now it's all about Rumble. Yeah. Go.
And guys, aren't we? It's not official the date yet, but I know we're planning to start doing this live.
That's right.
And with what Rumble just announced with, Tim Pool and all these guys, the crowd are exclusively going live on Rumble. I think we need to follow suit. So, hey guys, hold on to your butts.
That's right.
The boys are going to be live eventually.
Yeah, and that's going to play right into those donations and those supporters to continue to support us so we can kind of upgrade some of our equipment here to get us on there live. We definitely want to be coming to you live every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. For now, that's when we're releasing the shows. But if you guys can support us, go to the website, hollywoodforfreedom.com. Okay, guys, we were doing great on time. And now we're tailing behind, but we got to get to Tim's poll. Tim's poll. What is Tim's poll this week? I don't even know. Do we have it? What is it, Tim? What do you got?
Yeah,
Tim's
we
poll?
do. You know what? We don't.
We don't.
I think I said the other day, I'll think about something. Don't worry about it.
I think Tim's poll got changed with some breaking news. I think, huh? Don't we have some breaking news?
Don't you have breaking news for us? What was it?
No, we all have. It's the industry breaking news.
You broke it to me. That's why it's breaking news.
That's right. Yeah. You didn't know. Breaking news. CEO of Daily Wire, Jeremy Boring, has stepped down. That happened yesterday. That was going all over the place. So when you see this, guys, we're recording anyway. Yeah, it's big in the industry of conservative media. Jeremy Boring has been known as the little G God King. Yours truly was known as Black Jeremy. So him stepping down and moving away, I think they may go different directions. But as far as I'm hearing, is the company itself is still moving forward, and we can all hope that more projects come out and still more opportunities for Hollywood people here in Hollywood for Freedom continue to open up. But yeah, that's a big news that the face of the company next to Ben Shapiro is stepping down as CEO.
Wow. Yeah.
Thoughts, guys?
Shocking. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like when you texted me, I was like, "Wait, what? That just happened?" All right.
Yeah.
The
friend of the show, Nick Searcy, hit me up. He's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I'll call you after the podcast."
Oh wow, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, it just kind of goes with the territory. Like things are getting changed around and rumbled. No, this and that. Rumble around. I'm even throwing your name in there, Rumble. We're like supporting you.
Come on, Rumble.
Things are getting rumbled around.
If we say it enough, when we get pushed up the algorithm.
That's right. So, anyways, but yeah, I mean, obviously this just happened, so they're just kind of coming out. Maybe there's some more news here over the next week or something. We can kind of readdress it next week. But hey, I really want to get to our Blast of the Past movie of the week, guys. So let's move forward and jump into our Blast from the Past movie of the week.
Good morning.
Morning.
Axel Foley. That's what it is.
You are Terminator, right?
Yes.
All right, our Blast from the Past movie of the week. And I just thought about this as I saw the graphic there. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts and you're not seeing the graphics, like, we have pretty good graphics for our segments. Maybe not our new segments every week, but we have our official Good from the Bad, the Ugly segment, the Blast from the Past segment. If you're watching us, you can see those pretty good visuals. But if you're listening to us, just know you missed out on some visuals there. But our Blast of the Past movie of the week this week is Three Amigos.
Hey.
Starring Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Martin Short. One of my favorites.
Yeah.
So good.
I love that movie.
Guys, right? Yeah. Oh my God. Every day, sooner or later, we're all going to face our El Guapo someday. Just
El Guapo.
El Guapo happens to be the actual El Guapo. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Wasn't El Guapo? El Guapo was a bar that I used to go to when I first got to LA, like back in 2004. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That's so good.
It got turned into Parlor.
So look, if you've never seen this movie, it's about three actors that do this like routine, like they're, they do this like they're actors doing this routine, like saving, families and going in. They go into cities, and in the movies, right, are saving towns from the bad guys, the El Guapos. Well, this town thinks that they're real, and they end up getting hired on to go to this town to save them from a real bad guy. And it's just like he gets shot. I can't remember which one gets shot. He's like, hey, I think Steve Martin's like, no, guys, wait a minute. Those are real bullets. What are you doing? It's real bad. It's so good. It's so good.
It's so good.
You have to watch this movie.
Please watch that. Yes. I think one day, guys, we're going to have to learn to dance and do it together. Right. We should have learned it for this show. I mean, that was so good.
Tim,
my little brother and I used to love watching that.
Tim, tell me you saw this in Australia growing up.
Oh, for sure. I think I spent a year or more doing that.
Little dance.
I saw it many times over. It's just, I don't know, just a fun movie, Yeah. I mean, good reminder. Thanks Tatum for that. That's a really good
watch
reminder.
That with your boys. They should see that. They should see what real good slapstick comedy is all about.
Just silly start, finish. Nothing tried to be too much. Like, I love the German guy, right? He was like, I'd watch all your movies. And it was like against Martin Short, because Martin Short was like the quick draw kid, of the show and of the movie. Yeah, that was
very good.
Yeah, that was really great.
That's one of the movies we're quoting all the time, just like growing up, like just even today, like we're quoting stuff like, you know what I mean? Like El Guapo.
That's so great.
Actual El Guapo. Anyway, so Blast from the Past, Three Amigos, check that out. Let's go final thoughts, guys. Quick final thoughts here. What do you have? Siaka, you got a final thought for us?
Yes. Final thoughts out there. It's like we see just the changing of the landscape. It's going to be going through some rough times and just economics for a lot of people. And we talk about the industry. So again, keep your focus on the Lord, and we will get through this time. And I think it will be brighter and better than any other time of our lifetime, guys. A lot of time in there. A lot of time.
Time keeps on ticking into I don't know where that came from. Like, go ahead. What do you got? Final thought?
Yeah, my final thought is 400 Hollywood names urge Trump not to let AI companies exploit copyrighted works. So apparently they just put out an open letter with some of the A-listers in the industry, and so that's going to be interesting. Maybe we can look at that in future episodes.
Yeah, maybe.
It's funny how things change, huh?
That's sure, for sure.
How could I ask Hitler for help? That's really weird to me. That's really weird. I don't understand.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all, does it? No. My final thought, guys, if you've ever heard of Harry Mack, he does raps, like he just creates them, off the top of his head. Like, what do they call that? Like freestyle raps, and he'll take random words from people, and then he'll do the raps. Harry Mack, Mack, on YouTube or Instagram. This guy's incredible. I wanted him to come on. I'd love him to come on and do a freestyle rap for Hollywood for Freedom. He could add all the stuff that we talk about into his rap. It would be pretty sweet. But check him out, Harry Mack. He's really good. It's the only reason I go on Instagram anymore, other than to follow us and get people over to Rumble. Anyways, it's all about Rumble, everybody. Get over to Rumble. Hey, look, that's our show for today. Thank you for joining us. We are the new Hollywood for Free Thinkers, where being a creative doesn't mean you have to sacrifice wholesome ideals, where family and freedom is a good thing. And you can be a well-rounded, healthy creative working in the new Hollywood. If you're not yet a member of our database, why not? Go to our website, hollywoodforfreedom.com. Join for free, industry professionals and supporters. If you want to donate, there's a donate button there. We need you to get this show to the next level. We're going live soon. And look, just remember, if I haven't said it enough, find us on Rumble. Find us on Rumble. All right. Thank you, Tim, Siaka, for being here. You guys are the best. No bobbleheads today, just a MAGA, dark MAGA.
Yeah. Well, hey, he got the astronauts back.
Nice.
So
Right.
Shout out to.
That didn't seem hard. All right.
Yeah, just needed a rocket.
Yeah,
That's
get a
it.
rocket. Look, hey, new shows dropping every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Looking to go live soon. Until next time, Galatians 5:13.